Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Hey, why isn't Jermall Charlo being praised for speaking out on mental health issues? I'll give y'all 5 seconds to think about why. And then we'll pick up. Ready? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, boom. Hey, man, this man has kind of just been set aside and ostracized, alienated. You know what I'm saying, man? Gilligan Island. Nobody giving this man any support. Now, let me tell y'all something. I understand Jermall Charlo, them twins are very vocal. They kind of created some of their own misery by the way they behaved and how they conducted themselves. They weren't very friendly, weren't very pleasant towards people. And that's their right. It's everybody's right, just like it's people's right not to support them. But a guy like Ryan Garcia comes out, pulls out of a Gervonta Davis fight, comes on social media, tongue hanging out his mouth, wrapped around his head, dragged across his scalp, talking about how he needs help. Everybody converged on Ryan Garcia. All you see is this bullshit. Prayer hands. Oh, prayer hands. Prayer. The hell out of here with that. Everybody praying for Ryan Garcia. You see Jermall Charlo, everybody is applaud hands. Like, yay, good for him. Yay, he's going through it. Let me tell y'all something. There's a double standard. Maybe because Ryan Garcia, some people see him almost cartoonish, see him as a little kid. Yo, let's not forget Ryan Garcia. He's a grown man. The man had 2-3 kids, by 2-3 different women. Ryan Garcia is not a little kid. All right? He's a dad. But when he was going through it, everybody was there to support him. With Jermall Charlo, I think he got the kind of short end of the stick, man. And then when you see his wife and the stuff was going on, I get it. Look, there's a lot of us that go through things, man. And you watch what Jermall's going through. It's easy to sit back and make content about it and talk about it. That's why I've never posted any of those videos that came out about it with his wife carrying on. I never posted any of those videos. I could. It's not copywritten. A lot of other people did. I'm not, because I just think it's corny. I think it's fair to talk about what he's going through because this is boxing. It's boxing content. And just be real. You know what I'm saying? Because this man can't leave his mind behind. What he's going through is crazy. But the thing is, like he said in the interview, he ain't the only one going through it. It's just some fighters, they just haven't had to come out and disclose it. But you can't make me believe with fighters like Canelo or any fighter out there, right, who has gone, who is married or has a significant other and has kids. Maybe there are some where their lives are just picture perfect. Okay? I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Maybe there's some. But the majority of us knows that we've all encountered some turbulence at some point in time in the relationship. Whether it's something dealing with the kids, with money, just difference of opinions, whatever it is. Maybe it doesn't end up where it's a lot of profanity, it doesn't get physical, nothing that can land the man or the woman in jail, but it's still things that can be very stressful and hard to deal with. It just so happens that Jermall Charlo's business is out there, you know what I mean? And when I watch him do interviews, he don't look the same. He looks deflated and defeated. And I don't like it, man. You know, I listen to him talk. He didn't even have it in his voice. No confidence in his voice, man. You know, you watch that clip, right, where Caleb Plant slapped the barbecue out of his mouth, right? You watch, Jermall was trying to process that. It's like, I didn't see everything that happened, but, you know, my understanding, he was grabbing on Caleb Plant's beard and stuff like that. Hey, you can't do that. So you get slapped, all right? Simple. You know, you put your hand on somebody, hey, if you want to be Al Capone, go all the way. That's all I'm saying. You can't try to be Al Capone, then when the real deal starts, tuck your tail between your legs and scurry off. Like, that's just not how you do it. But you can see when he got hit, it was more like he didn't know what to do. It's like he's just defeated, man. and it's crazy. But he's supposed to be returning to the ring later this year. And in an interview, he talked about what he's going through and how he feels he's not the only one. There's a lot of people, but some people's stuff is just, no, and I'm paraphrasing, it's just not out there like his is. And he's right. But I think this is something everybody can learn from. Because if you look now, him and his wife are back together. They're trying to work through things. I mean, that's important. You can't just quit. But if it's super toxic for you and those kids, then, you know, that's up to the person on whether they want to fight through it, make it work, or go separate ways. I don't have an opinion on it, but what I will say is he can't leave his mind behind. My dad told me that when I was like a teenager, because I was a little hothead, and he would tell me, you know, thoughts become actions. If you think you want to do something, it's a matter of time before you do it, whether it's good or bad. And what he was getting at with me was, you know, wanting to fight, do crazy stuff, you know, somebody say something to me smart, jealous or whatever, to make sure that, you know, they knew not to try that with me again. And my dad was just like, yo, you can't leave your mind behind. If you don't change that, you're going to end up in a situation I can't help you. And I've been able to apply that to throughout my life in a lot of situations. When I watch Jermall, I'm like the same thing. He can't leave his mind behind. So wherever he goes in this world, him and his wife, if they're doing good or bad, he's thinking about that. The boxing fans, boxing community, everyone knows this man. No matter where he goes, people are seeing that. They may have comments, and his mind is always going to play them. He can't even go somewhere and somebody walking just kind of look at him, and he's going to be thinking about what they're thinking about him, what they have to say about him. That's going to take time for him to deal with. You know what I'm saying? They could be looking at him and want to get an autograph, but now fans may not want to go up to him because they don't know how he's going to respond. We saw how he acted after he got the barbecue slapped out of his mouth by Caleb Plant for his brother's, not Jermall, for Earl Spence's fight. He goes up, he's trying to get there into a sectioned off area, and the security guard's trying to talk to him. He just kind of, you know, bullies himself through, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was really corny to me how he did that, but I don't know what all led up to that. I just know it didn't help trying to get fans on board to support him when he comes out here and he's still, you know, doing this Al Capone-ish behavior. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I think people do what you want. But for me, I'm trying to understand him a little more. But I can see how he went from being super outgoing, super extroverted, super vocal, right? Super happy, super want to be out at every event going on, to becoming withdrawn, introverted, secluded, and depressed. And I mean, night and day difference in this man's personality. So we're watching this play out right in front of us, and I think there's a lot we can learn from it. But at the end of the day, everybody converged on old Ryan Garcia, right? And then Ryan Garcia came back. What did he do? Start attacking, making fun of boxers, saying craziness, calling people names. Same things he felt was happening to him that bullied him and caused him to go to withdrawal and depression, right? Same stuff. He came back and started doing it to people. So for me with Ryan Garcia, that's why I don't cut him no slack. As a fighter, I think Ryan Garcia is a damn good fighter. Y'all can say what you want. Ryan Garcia gets busy, but as far as me ever coming to do a video saying, hey, we all need to, you know, we all the world, Ryan Garcia again. Nah, never. Let him go out there and do it on his own, because he sure as hell didn't care when he came back and was feeling good and was quick to say horrible things about Devin Haney and other fighters. So I don't cut him no slack. But I'll be watching Jermall Charlo the same way. Let's see how my man's gonna rebound. But I tell you what else is really pulling at that man's heart. The fact that him and his twin ain't talking. Things seem to affect Jermall more than Jermall, but Jermall could be that guy who just keeps his quills out, but he be going through it too. He just don't show it as much as Jermall. Like, you could tell Jermall going through it. He ain't talking to his brother. His brother doesn't like his wife. His brother's girlfriend or brother's wife beat his wife up. His kid's auntie beat up their mother. I mean, that's crazy. And he there trying to process all that, and all of that is out there in the atmosphere. Rough, boy, rough. Anyway, we need to support this man. Let's see how he's doing down there with Roy Jones, with the roosters, the possums, the armadillos, man. You know what I'm saying? All them wild dogs, you know, the wild pigs coming out there, and the coyotes. let's see how he does out there in that environment. If Roy Jones can get this man back to where he was, his winning ways, and get active. If Roy Jones can do that, yo, forget Daniel Jacobs. Roy Jones is the miracle man. Now, getting him wins, I don't know. Verdict's still out on Roy Jones as a trainer. But if he can get this man to ring active and get him some wins against some good names, then, yo, I got to applaud Roy Jones. Because there is something there about Roy that these fighters can learn from and they like. Because he's been there, done that. Roy's had success financially. He's seen the dark side of, of having, the financial struggles as well. Roy's, the man out there, the citizen of Russia. He can talk to you about politics. He come back over here. He's been seen as a traitor. All kind of crap about Roy Jones. Roy Jones is interesting. But what I'm saying is these fighters can learn a lot from Roy. There's not much Roy hasn't gone through. Plus, Roy had it hard growing up with his father. To this day, he carries that in him. So, I just think Roy's is a good person for a guy like Jermall Charlo to be around right now, because Roy has a good understanding of what that man's going through. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Hey, why isn't Jermall Charlo being praised for speaking out on mental health issues? I think that man needs support, more support than criticism. And I understand people feel he should defend the belts and they don't care about what's going on in his personal life. He's not the only one. But when you really start peeling the layers back, I think there's a uniqueness to his situation. And I'm not saying that he deserves to be treated different from anyone else. I just think there's a little bit of a uniqueness to his story. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.